conference will now be recorded.
From Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and from Chicago, Illinois, we present Financial Fitness. Hi, I'm your host, Nick Palavita, and along with Kim Calhoun. Today
Hi,
we have
everyone.
one of the experts in financial fitness, Edward Sanchez. Edward, welcome to the show.
Thanks
Welcome,
for having me,
Edward.
guys. So
It's
great
so
to be
good to see you. Oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
look great.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
So Edward, tell us a little bit about financial fitness and what you do.
Well, I'm a registered financial consultant. I'm the president of a credit counseling firm, and we provide online financial education courses to approximately 5,000 new students every month from across the country, just teaching them the ABCs and the fundamentals of getting your household in order, helping you get out of debt, and really designing a plan to help you get to from where you are to where you want to be in the financial scope. So if you're doing well and you want to do better, this helps you. If you're not doing well and you want to get to good, then this helps you. You don't have to be in trouble to learn from a mentor, from a teacher, from a coach on how to improve your finances. And I work with youth, so I teach financial literacy to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students at my children's school.
And that's how we met.
Right.
You were at Money Smart Week, which is on the screen, and we met you at the Money Smart Week at the Federal Reserve. And are you still doing that?
Yeah, we are. And so that goes back a couple of years, Kim, when I had the opportunity to meet you and Nick at the Fed here in our local Fed. And since then, I've had last year I had two runner-ups take 2 of the top 6 spots.
Wow.
So they did really well in the contest. The year before, I had 2 runner-ups and the grand champion. So my school, my students took 3 of the top 6 spots, including the top brass, which was the title of Money Smart Kid, Chicagoland's Money Smart Kid for the entire year.
You definitely have a track record with your mentorship programs for children, and you know, and the importance of financial fitness. And when we met, we also talked about the importance of physical fitness with financial fitness and how they kind of match, you know.
Absolutely.
And how important they both are.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about financial fitness. How does that look? In other words, if somebody's interested in becoming more financially fit, I'd imagine everybody should be interested in it. What do they do?
Well, it starts by understanding where you are, which is step 1, and then setting a goal. So financial fitness and physical fitness are both in strong alignment because they require the ability to look into the future and put value into the future you above the current you. So that requires planning, it requires discipline, it requires measuring and monitoring if you're tracking what's going on. So with my adult clients, and I teach them how to start measuring and monitoring where they are right now, what their cash flow is, what their net worth is, what's going on as far as their operating expenses for their household. Most people are acutely aware of how much their mortgage is, what the car payment is, but when I ask them what it costs to run their entire household per month, that number eludes them. But they'll be really good at doing something.
What is it? Yeah, maybe we don't want to know.
We don't want to give up anything.
So they'll know how much they make, but if you don't know with the same certainty how much is leaving your household every month, then you don't know if you're in a positive position where you're going to be able to create savings, or you'll be able to get into investing, or if you're going to be able to give yourself something nice, go out to dinner or buy a graduation gift or birthday gift. So you have to understand these things, and that only comes from measuring and monitoring. And these things aren't sexy or fun or exciting, but once you start utilizing them, like working out regularly, going to the gym, we become addicted to these really good habits because we see the results start to come in. And that's what we really like to see. So when we have stronger financial fitness through having a savings, decreasing our debt, and increasing our ability to grow our net worth, now we're seeing the results, and then we become hooked and become creatures of habit, better habits that we're doing. So it's really exciting to do that with grown adults, but also with our young students, with the junior high students, where I have to create a space where these things that make sense to all of us with gray hair and losing hair and all these things, that it also makes sense to someone that isn't in that space yet, but they can start to see towards the future where they're going to be interacting with money, with landlord contracts, with roommates, with insurance and car expense and tuition and all these things that they have to really start wrapping their head around at a very early age.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, and,
Now,
and you know, we talk about that all the time because they don't teach this in school. And I
right.
had a conversation with one of my doctors this past week. It was quite an interesting conversation. And he was talking about that. He goes, you know, he goes, they teach us algebra and geometry. We
Right.
never use it. But there's not
Right.
one
One financial
mindset
fitness
in
class.
teaching us the basic applications for how to financially take care of ourselves when we
Right.
leave school.
Yeah, no financial fitness classes. As a matter of fact, there's no financial fitness channel, so we have one now on IBM TV, and we're going to highlight you on IBM TV, probably as early as tomorrow, about financial fitness because we think it's so important. Now, remember, at IBM TV, we're not just in the United States. This is broadcast all over the world, so people will see you in Australia, New Zealand, Nepal, like no kidding, Africa.
We're free. We're free.
We're free TV. Now my question is this. Let's say somebody because we have viewers in San Diego and San Francisco, in South Dakota, and they go, yeah, I really need to get financial fit. So I'll go to the gym. Wait a minute. I'll go to wait a minute. Where do they go? Because there is no gym on financial fitness. I know. Where do they go to get the
Yeah, if
information
I
to
can
be
get on a
financially fit?
walker and as I'm walking, it just starts calculating all of my,
Right.
Your steps.
Edward, where do people go to get financially fit? Talk to me. We need help.
So I would say self-servingly, I direct consumers to or anyone that's looking for help to my website, and my web address is moneysharp.org. We have a low entry barrier, which is $10 to a financial education course that's on average about 2 hours to complete. It's really robust because we walk you through doing a budget analysis, and you can do it online. So it's from the comfort of your own home, from an iPad, from your iPhone, sitting in a doctor's office, you can get started and going through. But it's really engaging and walking you through and starting to understand what you're working with, giving you a better explanation of what may be missing, or give you an opportunity to find the checkpoints that are working for you, where adjustments and tweaks need to be made. But I'm really proud about the price point that we put on the course because it's less than the cost of a lunch for many people in many parts of the country, or dinner.
Sure.
$10 is a really good investment to
Yeah.
start learning about yourself and your own budget.
Right.
The idea is that we teach, we give the tough love, and we really want to empower the individual to own their own salvation versus putting you in a position where you're tied to constantly re-upping to buy something more expensive, a more expensive course, you know, a membership or subscription that's going to be thousands of dollars. You know, the big financial people on TV really usually have some high-end, back-end, expensive courses behind
Right.
it. We're just teaching the fundamentals, and we really want to focus on reach and access.
Yes.
So that's why we have the barrier so low to get started and really start to figure out where you need to go. So it's kind of like $10 access to a trainer. And then
Right.
a trainer says,
Right.
we're going to focus in this area, or we're going to do more of one thing or the other. But you start to figure out for yourself where your pain points are, where you need to start working more.
Right. And to me, it's so important because the thing is, it's something that I remember going through school, and I went through a lot of school, that there was no financial fitness course. It did not exist. In other words, I'm going like, yeah, it's the most important thing in your life is to make sure that you're one of the most important things. Obviously, physical fitness is important, but financial fitness is important too. But there was no training. And I go, how can our education system miss it? And I believe that it's missed all over the world. But again, I'm not that sure about it. But when we're going to be discussing this with our affiliates in India and in Pakistan and Africa, that it may not be anywhere in the world, yet the internet, because they can have access to you and your courses, goes worldwide. So anybody anywhere in the world could actually access your courses. Would that be correct?
Yeah, so correct, anywhere in the world. And the fundamentals of managing your money, protecting your money, and growing your money are universal.
Exactly. It's all basics. It's all basic discipline. And you know what's interesting is we have that phrase of healthy, wealthy, and wise, right? And I believe that there's a lot of connection in maintaining that and getting it going. But you know, it is a global thing. Everybody needs to learn how
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
money.
One thing we know about IBM TV is the stuff that we do is global. Like chess is played universally all over the country. We have a chess channel. Art all over the world. Also, chess. We have an art channel. Travel all over the world. Science, technology, and math. Math is a universal language.
Yeah,
Financial
sound
fitness
programs
is.
are huge.
Yeah, financial fitness is a universal language. Yet, if I went to mainstream media and looked for the financial fitness channel so I could learn more about it, where do I go in Chicago to get my financial fitness channel? You're in Chicago, it's a big city, right? Where do you go?
There's no channel that is isolated, and that's what we're building out here.
Right,
FinTech, yeah, FinFit, you know,
right.
financial fitness.
FinFit, financial fitness, which does not exist. So we
Well,
think
and
what
it's
you're doing
needed.
is great.
It
Yeah,
really is. People
yeah,
need easy access for sure.
right, right.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it can be interesting if you can kind of mix the two, right? Because you're physically in great shape too. I mean,
right.
to show that there's a balance between both worlds.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, and
Are
and
you
and
laughing
you
at me?
go join the gym, go join the gym, but nobody does financial fitness. You know,
Nick
so
Nick wants me to start showing to bring the gun show to the show.
That's
okay.
right. Got
All
to.
right. All right, there we go. Yeah. So, okay. So the thing is, people can actually today, if they want to, they could actually go to your website and they can sign up and they can get started in becoming financially fit.
Moneysmart dot
Correct.
Money smart,
moneysmart.org. Oh,
Moneysharp.org.
money
moneysharp.
smart
Sharp like a
dot
knife.
org. Okay.
Moneysmart.org.
Yeah, and it's going to be listed on our show, so everybody will know where to go. Moneysharp.org, so you can start your financial fitness. And as I tell the people I work with in the financial services area, it's going to be it's up to me, because if people don't make the decision to do it themselves, nobody's going to do it for them. And that's the way it is. And I learned about the lack of financial education when I taught. I'm still a professor at Northeastern University's graduate tax program. I teach retirement planning. It's one little small area. But what I found out, Edward, it's not taught in any colleges, universities. You could be a Harvard MBA or where you're at University of Chicago, good school. They have no retirement plan classes at University of Chicago. Why not? They just don't have it. And so
Everybody retires at some point.
everybody's got to retire at some
Working,
point.
working
So
with
it's great.
organizations joining forces and shaking hands and
Yep.
sharing resources. I think this is the next level that needs to be taken so that people are more inspired to do these things. You
Right.
know, that, hey, even, you know, the athletes that are out there, a lot of them
Right.
make millions and millions of dollars and they lose it all. And I had this talk with actually supposedly a money expert in the Department of Revenue, and I asked him a question. I said, you know, what closes that gap between poverty and sustainability? And he goes, I don't know, just give them more money. And I go, no, you can give people millions of dollars, lottery winners, millions and billions of dollars. But if they don't know what to do with it or
Right.
how to manage it and be in control of it, they
Yep.
lose it. So
Yeah.
money is not the answer. And I learned this from Edward.
Yeah.
It's what you
Yeah.
do with it.
No, there's no question about it. You know,
I
when you
think I
buy
learned it younger, but when I hear Edward talk about it,
right.
it makes me realize
When
that
you
it's
buy a car, it comes with an instruction manual. You buy a computer, it comes with an instruction manual. You get money. I've never seen a dollar bill that has an instruction manual. It just doesn't have one. So the thing is, money doesn't come with an instruction manual, and it's been a big lack, and it's been a big beef of mine in our education system here in the United States generally, except where you're at, where you actually teach young people about financial fitness. There isn't anything. It's like we completely ignore it, and
And
I
we
think
get
that's
we
crime.
get blinded by seeing an outward facade of success. So we think that somebody
Sure.
that earns a lot of money is good with money, and
Yep.
that's 80% of the time it's not the case. They're just
Not
really
okay.
good at making a lot of money, and God
Right.
bless them for that
Right.
ability.
Right. Right.
But then there's a small percentage of people that, regardless of how much they're earning, high or low, they're excellent stewards.
Right.
And that's either through having an education handed down to them,
Hmm.
or because they themselves had the ability, or they were able to reach that. But in addition to that, if someone wants to visit moneysharp.org to get information, or if maybe the $10 is too high of a threshold, we have a Money Sharp channel on YouTube, and all of that is free, of course, and there's a ton of free information and resources. We have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel. If you just look up Money Shark.
I don't think
Wow.
$10 is that much. People throw away $10 at the stupidest things.
I would agree. I would agree.
$10 to learn something from someone with a proven track record as you is well worth the investment in time and the investment in $10. I'm just, I'm sorry, but if people snub their nose at $10 for financial learning, they're just going to be broke.
Well, some people just they need a little more exposure before they're ready to make a commitment. So there's definitely other places where they can get access to some really quality content.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
That's
Well,
and that's something that you need to share with people. But and it's I've seen this a lot. That people just they don't want to engage. I think we just don't want to face our the truth about what we're spending our money on.
right. Yes. And speaking of which, we are running out of time, so we're going to have to wrap it up. I do want to thank Edward Sanchez from
Thank you.
moneyshark.org, Kim Calhoun, our executive producer, and we will see you next time on the Financial Fitness Show. Take care.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.